Hi, my name is Marissa and welcome to my channel. I'm doing the mid-year book freakout tag today because I've seen a lot of my YouTuber friends do it, and so I'd love to jump on that wagon. I've got my cat Jasper here. Oh yes. He's scratched at the door the entire time last time I filmed in here, so I brought him in the room. We'll see if that's any better. He's a big fluff and he just wants the attention. So he's just gonna hang out with us. He's caught on my dress. Oh, hello. Alright, so the mid-year freakout tag just has a bunch of questions that I'm going to answer. Just hair flying through the air. So yeah, let's get to it. So question number 1 is the best book you've read so far in 2023. So they're getting right to the hard questions, and I would say that the best book I've read so far is This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. I just really love that book. I flew through it. I love their writing style. It was so cute, and it brought all these great tropes together in a really funny way, and then it was just so cute, and I just loved it. So definitely F.T. Lukens is one of my new favorite authors. Definitely a must-buy now that I've discovered him. Alright, the second question is the best sequel you've read in 2023. And even though the Aristotle and Dante sequel came out last year, I just finally got around to reading it. So it's Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. It was so good. It was so good, and I'm pretty sure I cried through the entire second half of the book. I was just bawling, and I loved it. I really did love it. It was a really good sequel. I feel like it tied all the loose ends together, and it wasn't like a lot of sequels where the sequel to Carry On, Wayward Son, comes to mind, where I dreaded it because they kind of just weren't happy throughout the entire thing, and this one, yeah, they were still figuring each other out and finding their way in their lives, but it was really good, and they were doing it together, and it was so cute, and it was really good. So definitely the best. Alright, the third question is a new release you haven't read yet, but I want to. And that is Spellbound by F.T. Lukens. That just came out in April, which I guess it's almost July at this point, but I really need to read it. It's on my TBR for June, but I haven't gotten to it yet for some reason, mostly because I have a bunch of library books I need to get through first. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get through the library books first, and then I'm going to read Spellbound because I'm really excited to read it, and it's going to be so good, I can already tell. And I just saw that F.T. Lukens is coming out with another book early next year, I believe, and I'm really excited about that. So question 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and that is Kiss the Girl. It's a part of a trilogy series. The first one was a Cinderella retelling, the second one was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and now this one's going to be a Little Mermaid retelling. And the first two were so cute, and they're all by different authors, so it's going to be fantastic because I love The Little Mermaid. It's my favorite Disney movie. So I'm really excited to see. She's plus size rep. She's a singer who's trying to find her own voice and her own way in the world, and it's going to be really good. I can already tell. And what I love about these books is the romance is really good, and no, they're not smutty, but the romance is really good, and the references in it are they're just thrown in there so well, just sprinkled throughout the entire dialogue, references to the songs in the movies, and they're very short. Not very short, but they're good length. Sometimes I feel like romance novels just drag on. So these are really good lengths too, so I'd recommend those other two if you haven't read them. I think they were really good. I made my mom read the Beauty and the Beast one because she's a Beauty and the Beast girly, so they're really good. Question 5 is the biggest disappointment. Are you gonna jump down? No? He's drooling on my arm. He's a drooler. He just wants to snuggle. I'm so sorry. Hey. We're just gonna hang. You're just gonna hang. Okay. Biggest disappointment I would say is probably Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. For some reason, I just did not click with this book. I mean, I I don't want to say I didn't click with it, because I did. I really loved the mental health representation in it. But I was expecting something fluffy. I was expecting a really sweet read that was just like, oh, they got married in Vegas. They are trying to figure out where their lives actually come together and intertwine. That's gonna be so cute. It was deep. Like, it made me cry, but not in like a, oh, that's so cute, it made me cry. Like, it hit hard. It hit too hard. And I just was not anticipating that. And I think if I had read, like, the content warnings before I had picked up the book, he jumped down. If I had read the content warnings before I picked up the book, I might have not picked it up, because it just hit me. It just hit me really hard, and I was like, oh, I was expecting a fluffy gay read. This was not a fluffy gay read. So anyway, it was still good. It was just like not what I was expecting at all. All right, the next question is the biggest surprise. This is actually not something I would normally read, in a genre I normally wouldn't read. I mean, it's YA, but it was kind of like thriller, horror, like not horror, but definitely on the edge of a thriller. Notes from My Captivity by Kathy Parks. This just, I was blown away. Like, I was not anticipating it being good. I just picked it up because this girl wanted to be a journalist, and she was going on this trip, and I was like, cool, journalist going on a trip, that sounds really cool. I'm a journalism major working at a newspaper, so I was like, oh, that sounds really neat. It was really good, but it was like, it blew my mind. It made me sad, and it was like not anticipated at all. So this girl goes on this trip with her stepdad into Siberia to find this family who he believes are real, but nobody else believes him because nobody's ever seen them, because they live out. I know. My lights fell. So nobody believes that they're real, so they go looking for them. Like, this is part of her dad's, like, or her stepdad's thesis, or, you know, to get him into a better position at the college he works at or something. So she wants to write about how they're not real and, like, prove it in some journalistic story, and about her whole trials and tribulations of staying in this Siberian, like, forest that's really cold, and they have to go down this crazy river and everything. Well, they end up finding them, and she's stuck with them, literally captive. Like, she's captured by them, and it was wild. I made my mom read this book too, because I was like, I need to talk about this book to somebody. So it was very surprising. I did not think much when I was going into it, but it was really good. Alright, question 7 is favorite new author. So this can be a debut author or a new author to me. And I know I'm not, like, this is not a surprising answer at all, but Ali Hazelwood. I finally read A Love Hypothesis just a couple weeks ago, like last month maybe, and I loved it. It was so cute. I loved the format. You know what's gonna happen, but that's okay. Like, it was so cute. It was funny. It was everything you needed. It was good. I loved it. I read one of her novellas so far, and then I need to read her other books, but Ali Hazelwood is definitely someone I'm going to keep picking up, and I just loved her formula for it. I liked that it wasn't like, oh, crazy surprises. You know what you're getting into, and that's fine. It's cute, it's fluffy, it's just what I needed. So question 8 is the newest fictional crush that I have, which is kind of hard for me because I get crushes on, like, every character, but Travis Ford in Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey, I just loved his attitude. Like, yeah, he's kind of the bad boy, like, I don't care what she thinks, but then by the time he's protective of Georgie, it's just like, oh, I love you, you're so cute, I just want to keep you. So I don't know why, I just really liked him. Like, Wes in the 3rd book of that series is fine, but I don't know, I just didn't get him as much as I did with Travis. Number 9 is my newest favorite character, which I think would be Hunter in Kiss and Tell, which is about a boy band, and Hunter is the openly gay character in the boy band. And he's just so funny, and he knows what he wants in life, and he's not trying to pretend to be anyone he's not. But his record label is making him pretend to be someone he's not. And I just loved his self-worth that he gives himself, and the purpose, and trying to help other queer kids like understand themselves and be accepted in the world. It was just so cute. He's just a really good character, and I just really loved him. Number 10 is a book that made me cry. Notes from My Captivity would definitely be one of them. Unexpectedly, because I did not think I would cry, but at the end I was just like, what is happening? Oh my god, I can't believe like all this just happened, and like just how did we get here? And then another one to mention is the Aristotle and Dante sequel, which I've already mentioned before, because like I said, I cried through the entire second half of that book. It was just, something happens and you're just like, it's not what I thought was going to happen. I thought something else was going to happen, which is going to make me cry. But the other thing that actually happened in the book did make me cry a lot. Like, it was just so sad, and it was really just heartfelt. Number 11 is a book that made me happy, and that would be The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I just thought that book was so well done, and it's in, I have a degree in communication with a concentration is what they called it at my school in journalism. So journalism was the path that I chose to go down, but they also had they also had radio, and I had to take a radio class as part of my course load. So I appreciated the technicality stuff of the X Talk, and like the podcasty part was fun, but also just their chemistry in the book was really good, and it was really cute, and it was just, I just really liked it. I mean, it just made me happy. It was very well done, and I'm very excited about Rachel's new book coming out. Maybe it's already out, I don't remember. Business or Pleasure, something like that. Okay, Jasper demanded he leave. I have the door closed to this bedroom, so he would stay out, but now he wanted in, and then he wanted out, but the air, like, there's an air vent right there, and it's kind of loud, so I close it. Anyway, the next question is the most beautiful book I've purchased or received so far this year, and that is definitely this copy of Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. It's the Owl Crate edition. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. I was excited about this book whenever I read about it anyway, but I've never had a book with sprayed edges before, I don't think. Not sprayed edges, like decorated edges, I guess. I have books with sprayed edges. Do you want back in now, girl? But these are like actually, a pattern. And it's just so pretty, like the inside paper is really pretty. And the back is really pretty, like this is definitely, and like the typewriter, it's precious. Like, I just love this version of it. The cover, the original cover, I'm pretty sure it was ugly AF. Like, no offense to the author, but so I was just really excited about this copy, and it's very sturdy feeling. Like, I don't know. I'm just so excited about this copy of this book. So, the final question is, what books do I need to read by the end of the year? There's a lot. There's a lot of books I really need to read. So, I need to read more Allie Hazelwood, Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically, the rest of the novellas. I want to read those. Like, those will go quickly for me. I think I read The Love Hypothesis in one sitting, so I don't think it'll be a problem for me. What You Gonna Do sounds really cute. I didn't put the author. The Raven Cycle books. I have the second book sitting in a stack of books I need to read from the library. I just haven't gotten there yet. I don't know why. I just haven't been in the mood for fantasy. Like, I've been in the mood for romance and just like cheesy YA stuff. So I need to finish the Wayward children's series, at least up to the books that they have out so far. I think I'm on 6. I don't remember. I've been getting those from the library, mostly through Libby actually, because my library doesn't carry past like the third one. And then I really want to try Emily Henry. I have not read any Emily Henry yet, so I really want to. Book Lovers seems great. I've heard really good things about Happy Place, so she's someone I want to give a try. There's also like Legends and Lattes. I have that over here somewhere. I really want to read Legends and Lattes. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of books I really want to read, but those are just some of the ones that stick out to me. So thank you all for watching. It was a lot of fun. I'm not really freaking out. Like, I've hit my reading goal already. I think I'm on book 59 of the year, and I wanted to read 60, so in June I'm pretty happy with that. Granted, a lot of those are novellas, but they count. I mean, whatever. So I don't think I'm going to reset a goal. I'm just gonna keep reading and see where it takes me, kind of thing. I don't want to stress myself out with it. I just think it'll be fun to just keep reading and stay in the groove of reading, because a lot of times there's months where I don't read anything, so I'd love to just stay and at least read a couple books a month type of thing. There's weeks where I'll read like 3 books in that week, and then there's months where I won't even read 3 books. So I just want to stay in a good like head space to read and everything like that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and peace out, Brussels sprout.